Charles M. Russell's new book, More Rawhides, is a humorous portrayal of cowboy life told in cowboys' language. Bozeman, Montana, Courier, December 4th, 1925. Montana cowboy life and the name of Charles M. Russell are almost synonymous. Having been actively associated for many years with range work in the days when the cowman reigned supreme and the range was free, having actually endured the privations, the hardships and hazards of the cowpuncher's everyday life, the cowboy artist is one of the few survivors of the range of the 1880s. It may be said that the old-time cowboy coined a language all his own. He found typical terms for his likes and dislikes, for the articles with which he worked. He had nicknames for his companions. His method of expression was peculiarly individual to the class to which he belonged, a lingo that was altogether unique. Perhaps no one of the Old West has been so able to preserve the language and present it in narrative form as has Mr. Russell. And in all of his yarns of the days that have long since passed, the Montana artist has adapted this typical everyday cowpuncher phraseology. Mr. Russell is not only a great artist and the foremost portrayer in colors of scenes depicting the Old West, but is gifted with a sense of humor that, in itself, stamps him a genius. He has just written a new book entitled More Rawhides, a sequel to the publication Rawhide Rollins Stories, and which will be on sale in the course of a few days. The book contains a number of stories and more than 20 original illustrations. The humor in these yarns and the pictures which illustrate them will be the delight of thousands of Montanans, many of whom, as was the case in the first book, will recognize the characters woven into the narrative. Some of them are called by name, while others are so portrayed that their friends will rapidly recognize them. This new Russell book will be the delight of the true Montanan, and as a memento of the romantic cattle days, it stands altogether in a class by itself, unique and different from anything ever placed in book form. Truly representative of the Montana artist himself, it bears an unfailing appeal to all who have come to revere the name of Russell and the history of the state which is Russell's home. The book should have a large sale.
Art and the Bronco by O. Henry from Roads of Destiny, 1909. Read by Jerry Beharry. Out of the wilderness had come a painter. Genius, whose coronations alone are democratic, had woven a chaplet of chaparral for the brow of Lonnie Briscoe. Art, whose divine expression flows impartially from the fingertips of a cowboy or a dilettante emperor, had chosen for a medium the boy artist of the San Saba. The outcome, 7 feet by 12 of besmeared canvas, stood, gilt-framed, in the lobby of the Capitol. The legislature was in session. The capital city of that great western state was enjoying the season of activity and profit that the congregation of the Solons bestowed. The boarding houses were corralling the easy dollars of the gamesome lawmakers. The greatest state in the West, an empire in area and resources, had arisen and repudiated the old libel or barbarism, law-breaking and bloodshed. Order reigned within her borders. Life and property were as safe there, sir, as anywhere among the corrupt cities of the effete East. Pillow shams, churches, strawberry feasts, and habeas corpus flourished. With impunity might the tenderfoot ventilate his stovepipe or his theories of culture. The arts and sciences received nurture and subsidy, and therefore, it behooved the legislature of this great state to make appropriation for the purchase of Lonnie Briscoe's immortal painting. Rarely has the San Saba country contributed to the spread of the fine arts. Its sons have excelled in the solider graces, in the throw of the lariat, the manipulation of the esteemed 45, the intrepidity of the one-card draw, and the nocturnal stimulation of towns from undue lethargy. But, hitherto, it had not been famed as a stronghold of aesthetics. Lonnie Briscoe's brush had removed that disability. Here, among the limestone rocks, the succulent cactus, and the drought-parched grass of that arid valley, had been born the boy artist. Why he came to woo art is beyond postulation. Beyond doubt, some spore of the afflatus must have sprung up within him in spite of the desert soil of San Saba. The tricksy spirit of creation must have incited him to attempted expression and then have sat hilarious among the white-hot sands of the valley, watching its mischievous work. For Lonnie's picture, viewed as a thing of art, was something to have driven away dull care from the bosoms of the critics. The painting, one might almost say panorama, was designed to portray a typical Western scene, interest culminating in a central animal figure, that of a stampeding steer, life-size, wild-eyed, fiery, breaking away in a mad rush from the herd that, close ridden by a typical cowpuncher, occupied a position somewhat in the right background of the picture,